Hey, chemistry students. We are starting our semester with a little bit of review. And so we're going to do something a little unique to review the ionic and covalent nomenclature that we have studied last semester. I know it's been a bit, so great way to just get started with some review. Hopefully this will bring back some of the skills that we have learned last semester. We're going to be starting with this idea that we're going to, instead of, because we can't see our compounds, we're going to be looking at drawings of them. And so you're going to see drawings that look a lot like this. And from these drawings, we're going to figure out the formula and the name for the compounds. Now, first thing I want you to see is there's two types of drawings. There's a drawing for covalent, there's a drawing for ionic. And you're going to have a mix of cards to draw, and you're going to be able to, you want to know, to begin with, is this ionic or is this covalent? So you need to know the differences. So like, hey, what's a major difference between ionic and covalent here? So take a moment. Now, you do have a notes page that looks like this, okay? So right under here where it says, what differences do you see? What do you see as major differences that would tell you this is ionic and this is covalent? What does ionic have that covalent does not? Did you say you see charges? Yeah, because with ionic, which is made up of ions, charged particles, we're going to have charges, positives and negatives. We will not have that with covalent. So that makes the first step really easy. When we're deciding is it ionic or covalent, we're looking for those charges. That's going to be easy enough going on there. Okay. Then, and you're going to do this. I'm going to give you the 4 steps to fill in here in your notes, and we're going to work in this first box first. Eventually on your assignment, you're going to have just a big empty box. And the first thing you're going to do, you can see step 1 there, you're going to take the picture that's on the card and make a copy into the big box for you, okay? So what you want to do right now on your notes page is you want to write step 1, copy the card number and picture, and please put the number. That's what my answer key goes by. So it's going to help me grade them better, more accurately if I have a card number to go off of. And you're going to put that here in this first big box. So, you know, there's my card, like that would be in my hand. And then I'm going to copy it onto my paper, and here's my paper down here. So it's going to be something like that. And I made up an imaginary card number 49 for this sake here. Okay. So once we have the picture here, and so pause the video, copy this into your notes right here, and then unpause the video. Okay. So once we have the picture, now we need to decide, this is step 2, so come back up here and write, you know, step 2, classify it, okay? We're going to decide, is it ionic or covalent? So let's look at this picture and see, do I see those charges that we just talked about? And the answer is yes, I do. So I'm going to say that it is ionic. Now I tried, you see those boxes there that I meant for like little check marks? I put them in the file, and for some reason they didn't print off. So you can either just randomly put a check in front of ionic or covalent, or you can circle the words ionic or covalent, okay? But you want to do that because once you circle or check mark ionic or covalent, you can see I put helpful hints down for moving forward. So you want to know if you're following these helpful hints or you're going to follow these helpful hints, okay? So, and we'll do an example of covalent in just a minute. So that was step 2, classified. Hope you wrote step 2 here, and then over here, hope you put a little check mark by it's ionic. Okay. Now we're going to step 3, write the formula. So on your notes page, step 3, write the formula, and then I put these helpful hints, okay, on your paper already for you, okay? For ionic, the positive part goes first. So I have a lot going on in that picture. I don't deny that. I have a lot going on in that picture, okay? But in the picture, I have one positive part. That's an Mn. So I'm going to put the Mn part first. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to come to, I don't know if you remember our pink sheet, handy dandy pink sheet. Okay. I'll have a copy of this in Canvas too, in case you need one when you're not in the classroom. You can always, in the classroom, borrow a pink sheet from me. we're going to look for the thing that's in the brackets on this pink sheet. So first, let's count what's in the brackets. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 O's and 2 CRs. Now notice I'm only counting what's inside one bracket. I'm not adding them together. I'm just, each bracket has 7 O's, 2 CRs. So I'm going to look in the list for 07 CR2. I'm not going to find that, but I am going to find a CR207. So that's how you're going to know which way it goes, okay? You go with what's on the pink sheet here. So I have, instead of the brackets, I put parentheses, and I have a CR207 going on in there, okay? How many of those bracketed CR207s do I have in the picture? You're telling me 2, right? So I'm going to put a little 2 there outside the parentheses, say 2 groups of CR207. Okay. Now we've got the formula, we're going to write the name, and it's ionic. So we just go like name, name, except some elements need Roman numerals. Okay, so step 4. So go back to your notes. Up here, step 4. Okay, step 4, you're going to write this in. And now we're going to look for Roman numeral, which is on the other side of the pink sheet. MN does need a Roman numeral. Now, I'm telling you that, so just believe me, it needs a Roman numeral. So I'm going to find MN in this list. Okay, I see it. MN has lots of choices, +2, +3, +4, +7. Notice how I can tell just right and easy from the picture, it's a +4. So that means it's going to have Roman numeral IB. So I'm going to write that down for the name. Manganese, because Mn is manganese, you can use periodic table, just copy off periodic table, Mn, manganese, Roman numeral 4. Then I need what that CR207 is. Well, that's on the pink sheet. Where you found that CR207 to begin with, you're going to find its name, dichromate. So there's the rest of my name. Manganese 7 is the Mn part. I don't know why I said 7. I'm sorry. If I said that earlier, I apologize. Mn 4, IB is Roman numeral 4. Okay. And we got that right here from the charge. And then what's in the grouping there is a dichromate. We got that from this pink sheet. So we just copy that down. Okay, so there's an example of an ionic one. That's what we need to do. I know it's a couple steps and you're going to be a little slow getting started, but once you get the hang of it, you really will go pretty quick. And that's exactly what happened in the classroom. Once students got a good start to this, they went pretty quick through these because number 1 is review, and number 2, you have like the pink sheet and a periodic table to help you, and it's all pretty kind of much there. So just take the steps one at a time. Let's repeat these steps, but do a different example. So here's my next example. And so I want you to, step 1, copy it here to this new box on the bottom of your notes, just like you see it there with the weird plus sign. It's not a plus sign, actually, but those weird crossing bonds in the middle of the picture, copy it in. Okay, so first step, step 1, I'm going to copy it in. Okay, and if you need time, pause the video, copy it in, and then unpause. All right, now that it's copied in, I need to decide is ionic or covalent. And I hope this time you're saying it's covalent, because it does not have any charges. You don't see any pluses or minuses, right? Okay, so it's covalent. Put a little check mark there or circle it. It's covalent. That reminds me to use prefixes, but we're not there yet, but we'll get there. Okay, first I need the formula. For covalent, we tend to put it in alphabetical order. So let's see, N and S. N would go first. How many N's do we have in that picture? And then how many S's do we have in that picture? Please tell me it's 4 of each, because that's what I count. Hope you count the same. So N4S4, there's my formula. Easy enough, right? Okay, now to name it, I use prefixes, and I don't expect you to have them memorized right here on the pink sheet. And again, I have this in Canvas for you. It won't be pink, it'll be white because it's a PDF. But right here, I have the prefix. 4 is tetra. So I'm going to say tetranitrogen, tetrasulfide. I ended in "ide." Do you remember doing that? Because we did do that. We ended in "ide." So I hope you remember that. If that doesn't ring a bell, just take my word for it. All our names end in "ide" when it comes to covalent. And that's why I have this list of "ides" here. Okay. 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 So there's an example of one of each. You do have an assignment page in Canvas, and you have a link to PDF, a bunch of cards. And so there you go. You want to fill out this page just like I did these examples. And this hopefully will start recalling all that we did at the end of last semester and get you ready to go with our new unit. Okay, so good luck on this. And of course, tutorial times are always an option. If you'd like a little more assistance, I totally get that. Sometimes a video just isn't enough. So please plan some tutorial time if you need it. Good luck.